one of the biggest things he didn't really do the best was take care of his health. Okay. And my job is just to love him for who he was, and the same with patients. But it drove me to help other people who are willing to listen. In 2020, my dad ended up passing away. And I do miss him, but I did get to have that chance, and he says, "I'm good with God, I love you, I'm proud of you." And as a farmer, that's pretty big. Really what it did though is it drove my mission to make sure that if another health practitioner would have told my dad the truth of what he needed to do, and if he would have followed through to the level he did when he needed cancer and chemo and all these other medications, and he was that diligent with his medical model, which I love his medical doctors that walked him through this, you know, his cancer and all his stuff. But like, if people would take that same approach on their health, it'd be a game changer. There's just certain nutritional and just other little things, lifestyle patterns, that I truly believe that he'd be here today if he would have done those.
And so my wife and I, being the nerds that we were, we went to Scrabble.com and we said 8 words that had an X in it, and it just sounded good. And I ran into something called axiom, and what stood about it was the word truth. And so the truth is that a lot of people are suffering. A lot of people need help, and a lot of people are told nothing can be done. And so for over a decade, we've been seeking to just find ways to help serve our community here, and ways to help address their health through like your typical chiropractic care. But around 2020, when things kind of shifted, our focus shifted, and we started helping people with peripheral neuropathy. What peripheral neuropathy really is where the nerves in the hands and the feet, they're damaged from different causes. There's hundreds or thousands, if not thousands, of causes of peripheral neuropathy. And the challenge with that is people are told nothing can be done, and so they're given certain medications that mask the symptoms. And I'm not against medical doctors because they're trying to help, but often they're at that point when they're saying nothing can be done. Do you have issues with nerve? You know, is your brain actually sending information down to your feet and sending it back? There are ways to test that. You know, are you getting proper blood flow down actually to those, you know, typically the hands and the feet is the farthest from there, so there's a way to test that. And do you have enough oxygen, like even in your blood? There's ways to test that. And so when you figure out what's wrong, and do they have lifestyle patterns that are incongruent with health, I hate to make it super simple, but you just turn around and you give those things and you give it time. You know, we just tell people up front, this takes time to figure out what's going on. We also want to tell them like what's the best expectations. And the reason we really encourage people to bring a spouse, significant other, family member, we don't really care, as many people as they can, to make sure that this demographic, typically 65 and older, have a crystal clear understanding of what the game plan is, that they're not confused. You know, the reason we really pour heavily into my staff is to see people, you know.
At night, this is very common for peripheral neuropathy, at least for my dad, this is one of the symptoms. Like at night, he would lay and his feet were very painful. And he went through the program, and it was really cool but later he goes, you know, my feet don't hurt as much at night. He goes, you think it's that program we're doing? And I'm like, I love you, Dad. But like, I think that was probably one of the most eye-opening things for me. If I can take that pain and just say, hey, this is truth, and you tell people the truth with love, man, it changes the game. It's fun. I really feel like my mission is to help other people just be the best version of themselves, the way that God really created them to be. And I don't care if that means from your health, your relationships, your purpose, your mission, who you're called to be. Everyone's different, but I think if from a healthcare standpoint, like if you're a teacher and you can't be the best teacher because your health is failing, or your kids want something from you, or if you want to be a
great grandparent, you know, you bust your butt over like a period of time, you're like, now retirement, you're like, gosh, my health is failing, I can't go to those kids games, I can't walk, and they watch their health fail. I just feel like it's my mission, I think, is just to like help people be the best version of themselves. You don't got to be perfect. I don't expect perfect from myself or from anybody, but if you can help them just be the best version of themselves so they can enjoy the things they want to do, man, that's fulfilling.